All right, so in this demo, I'm going to walk through the core capabilities of Gavel Exec, which are redlining, revising, running playbooks, and drafting new sections from scratch. So Gavel Exec is designed to handle really complex multi-party agreements, but I'm using a simple consulting agreement here today, so the functionality is really easy to follow in a short demo format. In the top right, you'll see we have the chat tab and the playbooks tab. You can also see your chat history and create new chats in a new session. Chat is really open-ended, so it allows you to pretty much do anything. It's like your assistant, and that's where I'm going to start the demo. So the first task I'm going to give it is redlining. So let's say opposing counsel or a client sends you this consulting agreement and you want to quickly review it for terms that aren't market or don't match your firm's standards. I'm going to go over here into the chat box, and you can also always extend this if you want it to be a little bit bigger on your screen. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be as specific as possible with my prompt, because the more specific you are, the better results you're going to get. And here I'm going to say, review this consulting agreement and redline any clauses that are non-standard for a typical consulting agreement. And I'll specify that this is with a software company to give it even more context. And I'll specify that I especially wanted to look at areas of termination, indemnification, and IP ownership. I am also going to load a document. So I just loaded this consultant agreement right here, which is a sample agreement that I wanted to look at for context. You can add and upload as many documents as you want as context here, and that will really help refine your results. So I'll go ahead and run that. And here we go. So you'll see that it's identifying the problematic clauses and it's inserting red lines with what it's suggesting in track changes. And one of the things that's really important here is that Gavel Exec is context aware, meaning it's not just going line by line through your document and making changes like many AI tools that are out there do. Rather, it's looking at the context of your entire document and any documents that you load as context, and it's giving you suggestions. And then I can go ahead here and click on any of these changes, and it's going to take me to that section in the document. And then I'm able to then you don't have to reject them, but just if you want to clear your view, you can reject it, or you can accept that change. And when you accept that change, it's going to insert all the red lines that you have accepted. So what powers this experience under the hood is Gavel Exec's proprietary AI architecture. Unlike a lot of traditional tools that apply one general purpose model to everything, we use task-specific AI agents that combine the right model for your job and for the thing that you're actually asking it to, whether it's redlining, revising, or answering a complex question. It really models the full context of your document and your reference materials and even past behavior that you've had specifically on your own instance before making any suggestions. And of course, as always, we never train on your data, so all of that data only helps improve it for you and your own firm if you choose to have the rest of your firm on the platform, but not for anyone else. Okay, the second thing we're going to do is we're going to revise a document. You don't need a clause library anymore because Gavel Exec has you covered. So as an example, let's say I want to change the assignment clause. I brought us to a new session here, just so we have less context of the prior edits and we can make these fresh. And I want to revise this document to allow the consultant to assign the agreement to an affiliate or in connection with a sale of their business. So what I'll do is I will prompt it. I'll say revise the assignment agreement, the assignment clause to allow the consultant to assign the agreement to an affiliate or in connection with a corporate transaction without requiring client consent. I'll go ahead and click on that edit that it's providing to me. And as you can see, it takes me to the section. And not only has it added additional language here, but it also fixed some typos that I had in the document, which is great. I'll go ahead and accept that. And of course, if I didn't like that section or I wanted it to be written differently, I can always collaborate with it. That's the really great benefit of chat is you can go back and forth with it to get the best result that you want as you would with an associate who is working with you. Note also that you can look at the entire document altogether. As you can see here, if I click away, the scope of the changes that we're chatting with is the entire document, or I can also limit it to a specific section. So if I just highlight that section, it'll only be looking at that section when I'm asking it questions. While we're on the topic of red lines, I want to take you over to playbooks, which is right up here in the toolbar up here. And playbooks are rule sets that let you define how your firm wants to treat different clauses. So they help ensure consistency and reduce the time that it takes to review your documents. You can choose from Gavl's playbooks, or you can create your own. Now, I'll go ahead and run the independent contractor consulting agreement. And I went ahead and cleared my playbook session so that none of the rules are met or not unmet. And basically what I'll do is click Run Playbook. And this is going to go through my entire document point by point with these checklists and look at the rules that I have. So I have rules for every single one of these sections that are already set up through the Gavl playbooks. And it's going to look through those, tell me why it might have failed, and then also give me a proposed change for what needs to change, what needs to be added. What's also important is that these rules will interplay with each other. So it will be looking at these rules in the context of the entire document and making sure that it's making edits that are synchronized across the different rules as well. Now, moving back to playbooks, we can go look at your playbook. So you can also create your own playbook. You can create new, give it a title, and I'll go ahead and go into my playbook, a new one that I just created for consultant agreement, and I'm going to add a new playbook rule. I'm going to talk about my assignment clause here, and I'm going to give it some language. And this rule box, the description, you can add as much detail as you want to make sure that you're giving it tons of detail on what to do. So here I decided that I'm going to give it a rule, and then I'm also going to give it some suggested fallback language. Go ahead and create that rule, and you can create as many rules as you want. You can run the entire playbook all together, or you can just run the one rule that you have. In this case, it's telling me that my rule is met. And so I can move on.